Hello, welcome back. Okay, in this video, I'll tell you four important libraries that every person should know when is into data science. So before that, we look at the schedule for 6 months. So we have completed all these things. We have created LinkedIn account, then by using this checklist, then I have completed this task as well, and this is also about creating the LinkedIn profile. So I have one work pending in this assignments. So we need to clear all these assignments before completing our 2 weeks of session about Python. So I have completed that. I have cleared all these exercises that he has given, like about every topic that we have in the Python, like number, string, list, if statement, for statement, function, dictionary, and read and write the file using the open then classes in the Python. So I have completed all the assignment that he has given. I couldn't able to answer some of one or two questions, but that's fine. But I understood what's the mistake that I made, and I rectified that as well. So with this, we came to an end of 2 week schedule, which we completed in 3 days. So that I give a checkpoint for this three as well. So now, without any delay, we'll enter into the third week of our data science journey. So in this third week, we are going to learn four important libraries, as I told. Like one is NumPy, then Pandas, and then Matplotlib and Cbun, which we'll use it for the data visualization. Today, I have completed this NumPy and Pandas. I'll show you what are all the things that I learned. So coming to NumPy, NumPy is like the library which is built in Python, which we'll use it for mathematical operations. Like we have seen this list in our Python program. We'll use this array. Mostly we use NumPy for this array only. Like we can perform many mathematical operations for this array. Okay, like the list, we can create the same thing on as array. So I'll tell you why do we need to use this array when we have the list. I'll just tell you three important things. One is its array is faster than list. Then array requires less memory to store than list, and array is more flexible than list. You can perform multiple operations which you can't perform in list in array. Okay, it's to import. It's very simple. Import numpy as np. Np is a short form of numpy. Then np.array. If you pass the elements that you want or array of that, the numbers that you have, pass over there, and then we can able to have 2D array as well, 3D array as well, and then we can able to get the shape of the array by specifying b dot shape. Then we can able to generate some random elements in the array by specifying np dot random dot int in the range of 10 with the shape that we want. If you want all zeros in your array, you can mention this method zeros. If you want ones, you can replace it with ones. Then if you want to get the type of elements which you stored in the array, you can specify d type. Then if you want to convert that, you can convert it by as type. Then these are all things. We can slice the elements in the array using slicing operators through index. So that's what I help you with a working of matrix. In our school, we have studied about matrix multiplication, matrix addition, transpose of matrix, and all those things. All those things you can do using this array in just a single line of code or a couple of line of codes. Okay, that's about NumPy. Then I also learned pandas. So pandas is basically a library as NumPy, but we use pandas for reading the data. Okay, so first I'll show you how to read the data. So first I'll import pandas as PD, a short form. PD is a short form for pandas. Then PD dot read CSV. This is the method that we use to read the CSV file. Then inside that bracket I'll mention the file name. So if I just print df info, it'll give all the details that about this supermarket.csv file. Okay, you can able to see here, it's having a range of index of 1000 entries. That means I have 1000 rows of data. Then you can able to see data columns. It's giving us 17 columns that have that means in this data set we have 17 columns with all these names. And here you can see how many null values are there, how many non-null values are there, all of them. Then here you can see what is the type of that particular column. What kind of data do that column stores. Okay, int was stores objects, all those things. Then here you can see quantity will stores integer values, then tags, total and all will store float values. So this is the information about the data set. So this is the first 10 lines of the data set. This is how it's going to look. This is just a 10 lines of code, but we have 1000 rows. By specifying the column name, we can able to retrieve that particular column, and then by specifying a location name like df.iloc, I mean, let's say I'll give you one simple example what I have done over here. Okay. So let's say I have this column name called rating. So I want only the columns which are having a rating greater than 9.9. So for that, I have mentioned df.rating. That means in the rating column, if it's greater than or equal to 9.9. Okay. So I don't want all this columns, all this 17 columns. I just want only this three columns. So that's what I'm mentioning over here. But you should mention that inside this log function. So log function will basically help us to find the location of whatever the condition that we mentioned over here. Here you can see I got only the columns I have mentioned, and then only the rows which are having the rating greater than 9.9. Here we can able to see. So that's how you basically slice the data in the database which is present, which we read through the pandas. Then if you want sum of some columns, you can mention np.sum of this column, gross income. So this is the column of gross income. You can able to get the sum of all the rows by using this method called sum. Then in the same way, if I want to group some particular column and I want to get the sum of other column, you can do like this. So this is just a simple code, Python code, which I used to get an input from the user. Here you can see I'm getting the input from the user. And in that user input, if it contains this many key points, then I'm going to show only the rows which are related to that particular product. So here you can see I have taken this product column as a key point, and then if in that prompt if it contain health, then I'm going to suggest only the columns which are having health and beauty products. Okay, so that's what I have done in this simple code. First, I have taken the input from the user, then I have this key points which are stored in the list. Then what I'm doing is I'm converting this prompt, the user entered input into a lowercase. Then I have created a for loop for these keys, and then inside that, if the key point which is present in that prompt, if I'm checking that, if it's true, then I'm getting the name of that particular column. Let's say, for example, if I have health, then I'm getting a name called health and beauty. So with that, here I'm getting the columns which are having health and beauty over here. So if you replace this keyword with health and beauty, we'll get only the columns which are having health and beauty. If I mention food, it will get only the food columns. So the keyword that we need to specify over there, I'm getting it in the format of key storage. So we can able to do even a lot more things with pandas. It's a very important thing for the data scientist and data analyst. So that's what I learned today. If you also want, please go and check our code basis video. He has shared that PDF for me, and you can also get that too. Thank you for watching video. Bye.